Good afternoon, students. Myself Neeta Kalra, Senior Lecturer Computer Engineering from SRS Government Polytechnic College, Ludhiana. So today our first is the introduction and needs for securing a network under the network security. So first of all, we will cover all these contents like the need for securing network, attacks from within and external. There is some cyber crime, cyber law, Indian perspective and hacking attack. These are the contents in which we will cover. So first of all, network security under need for securing network. Why we need the secure networks? So need for securing a network means how the system or network that needs to be secured works. Again I am repeating, why we need for securing a network means how the system or network that needs to be secured works. Network security against hackers and attackers means network security, how to protect your network from the attackers and hackers, or you can say the intruders and hacker, or you can say the attackers like any type of virus or the intruder who can get your information or who can insecure your network. So the need for securing a network means how the system or the network that needs to be secure works, and the security against the attackers and the hackers. As we know that our information that is very useful nowadays, like your transactions, like your personal data, so we need network security. So that we can protect our network from the attackers and hackers, and we can work under the secure network. So that can include basically two securities. First of all is the security of data information like your personal data, like your transactions data. Second is the computer security that can save your systems from the viruses, from the worm, from the Trojan horse, like these types of hidden programs. So need for securing a network that include two basic securities. First is the security of data information and second is the computer security. Again I am repeating, two basic securities we need. First is the security of data information and second is the computer security. So first of all, the data transmission on internet means, as we all know that data that can travel in clear text, like you are sending information through emails, etc. So data that travels in clear text, personal or confidential information is not secure. Like the example is like your credit card details. So there is some example. So this is the transmission of credit card details. So that is the example of information traveling from a client to a server over the internet. जैसे यहाँ बताया हुआ है कि एक क्लाइंट है, क्लाइंट ने एक अपना क्रेडिट कार्ड को स्वाइप किया तो उसकी इन्फॉर्मेशन कैसे सर्वर के थ्रू सर्वर डेटाबेस पे जाती है. जब वो स्वाइप करता है उसके जैसे कस्टमर आईडी, ऑर्डर नंबर, आइटम नंबर्स, ये सारी जो इन्फॉर्मेशन है फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल दैट कैन बी स्टोर इन योर सर्वर, देन द सर्वर डेटाबेस. सो यहाँ ये जो सिक्योरिटी है, यहाँ पे सिक्योरिटी की बहुत ज़रूरत है. So these are the examples. Means if there was insufficient security built in applications that can be developed for the internet, as shown in the example, what can happen when you use your credit card for making purchase over the internet? Means what will happen, from the user's computer, the user details such as your user ID, user order details such as order ID, item ID, and the payment details such as credit card information that can travel across the internet to the server, or you can say that is to the merchant computer, and then merchant server stores these all details in the database. So यहाँ पे सिक्योरिटी बहुत ज़रूरत है. अगर सिक्योरिटी ना हो then what will happen? As one of the example is there was one Russian attacker and his name is Maxim. They actually managed to intrude into the merchant internet site and उसने क्या किया कि 300,000 credit card numbers from its database. Then he attempt to extort by the demanding protection money from the merchant. When means these types of attacks can be very harmful for your personal information like your credit card transactions. So why we need network security? The protection of networks and their services from unauthorized modification, destruction or disclosure and provision of assurance. Again I am repeating, the protection of networks and their services from unauthorized modification, destruction or disclosure and provision of assurance that the network problem its critical functions correctly and there are no harmful side effect is called the network security. So what is network security? Means that is the protection of networks and their services from unauthorized modification, destruction, or you can say destruction means the changes of your information, disclosure or and provision of assurance that the network problem its critical functions correctly and there are no harmful side effects, that is called the network security. So next is attacks from within and external. There is some principles of securities. Why we need securities? First of all, we want our information, that is confidentiality, authentication, integrity and non-repudiation. Principles of securities, first is confidentiality, second is authentication, integrity, non-repudiation. These are the principles of security. Why we need security? For securing our network. Confidentiality, authentication, integrity, non-repudiation. So first of all, we will discuss what is confidentiality. So what is the meaning of confidentiality? That is also called as a privacy. It can also refers to the secrecy of information, or you can say only the sender and the receiver should have an access to the information. Again I am repeating, confidentiality, that is also called as a privacy. It also refers to the secrecy of information. Only the sender and the receiver should have an access to the information. Then what will happen? Loss of confidentiality, that is called the interception, that causes loss of massive confidentiality. From this figure that shows that confidentiality gets compromised if an unauthorized person is able to access a message. Again I am repeating, loss of confidentiality means confidentiality gets compromised if an unauthorized person is able to access a message. For example, this could be a confidential email message that can be sent from A to B, but which is accessed by C without the permission or knowledge of A and B. From this example, that is clear, means A and B, two parties, they can share secret data, but C, that can access the information without the permission of A or B. So, this type of attacks is called the interception. So, the interception causes loss of message confidentiality. Again I am repeating this example, means a confidential email message that can be sent from A to B, but which is accessed by C without the permission or knowledge of A and B. So, this type of attack is called interception, or you can say the loss of confidentiality. Means C is the unauthorized person who is accessing the secret message between A and B. Is it clear? So, confidentiality means that is the privacy, or you can the privacy means secret message between the two parties, or you can say the only the sender and the receiver should have an access to the information. But the loss of confidentiality, that means the interception, right. The next is authentication. So, what is authentication? Means you can say the proof of identities. Authentication means the proof of identities, or you can say identifies the sender or receiver of a message. Authentication means that identifies the sender and receiver of a message. Authentication required so that the communicating parties trust each other. The answer who is who. Who is who means concise biographical information that may be related to a person or that may be related to a group. That is called authentication. So, authentication means the proof of identifies, like identifies the sender receiver of a message that required so that the communicating parties trust each other, means the who is who, that is the concise biographical information about the person or the group, right. What will happen in the case of absence of authentication? So, this is the absence of authentication, that this type of attack is called the fabrication, right. Fabrication is possible in absence of proper authentication mechanism. So, from this example, suppose that user C sends an electronic document over the internet to user B. The trouble is that user C had posed as user A. User C, he is behaving like that I am a user A, and he is communicating, or he or she is communicating to the user B. When he or she sent this document to user B, how would user B know that the message has come from user C, who is posing as user A, right? मीन्स यहाँ पे ए और बी आपस में कम्युनिकेट करना चाहते हैं, बट सी कम्युनिकेट कर रहा है बी के साथ एज दैट आई एम ए यूज़र ए, और यूज़र बी यही कर समझ रहा है कि यस कि वो ए के साथ कम्युनिकेट कर रहा है, बट रियल में क्या हो रहा है, B communicating with C. So this is the example, means suppose the example is sending a fund, means C ने एक रिक्वेस्ट भेजी बैंक को कि ये एक फंड ट्रांसफर रिक्वेस्ट की, मीन्स कि फ्रॉम ए अकाउंट टू सी अकाउंट. तो बैंक मीन्स उस फंड को ट्रांसफर कर रहा है फ्रॉम एज अकाउंट टू सी अकाउंट. इट वुड थिंक दैट यूजर ए हैज रिक्वेस्टेड फॉर द फंड ट्रांसफर. सी ने क्या किया, मीन्स कि बैंक को एक रिक्वेस्ट भेजी कि यस मुझे इतने फंड ट्रांसफर की रिक्वेस्ट भेजी, और बैंक क्या सोच रहा है कि वो ए के साथ कम्युनिकेट कर रहा है, ये जो रिक्वेस्ट आई है, ये रिक्वेस्ट जो है वो ए से आई, यूजर ए से आई, राइट. सो दिस टाइप ऑफ अटैक इज कॉल्ड फैब्रिकेशन. सो एब्सेंस ऑफ ऑथेंटिकेशन इज कॉल्ड फैब्रिकेशन अटैक. मीन्स C is posing as a user A. Is it clear? So next is integrity. Integrity means ensure that any changes to a message are detected. Means original message, right? The message from the sender to the receiver must travel without any alteration. Integrity means ensure that any changes to a message are detected. The message from the sender to the receiver must travel without any alteration. Changes need to be prevented or at least detected. That is called integrity. But when the contents of the message are changed after the sender sends, but before it reaches the intended recipient, we can say that integrity of the message is lost, right? When the content of the message are changed after the sender sends it, so it means the integrity of the message is lost. For example, suppose we write a check for $100 from this figure to pay for goods, right? When you see your next account statement, you will be surprised to see that the check resulted in payment of $1,000. मीन्स आपने 100 की परचेजिंग की, लेकिन वो जो आपके पास बिल आ रहा है, जो आपके पास स्टेटमेंट आ रही है, वो उसको क्या शो कर रहा है, द थाउजेंड्स ऑफ डॉलर. सो दिस इज द केस ऑफ लॉस ऑफ मैसेज इंटीग्रिटी. मीन्स फ्रॉम दिस फिगर द यूजर सी tampers with a message originally sent by user A, which is actually for the user B. User C managed to access it from any technique. It changes its contents and send the changed message to the user A. In the simple language means कि एक आइडियल रूट क्या है मैसेज का, एक ट्रांजैक्शन ऑफ द फ्रॉम द बैंक मीन्स फ्रॉम ए टू बी. ए ने रिक्वेस्ट किया बी को कि येस द ट्रांसफर ऑफ फंड्स $100, बट सी ने क्या किया, बाय यूजिंग एनी टेक्निक उसने ये एक्चुअल रूट क्या हो गया, मीन्स फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल ए सेंड द रिक्वेस्ट टू सी एंड देन सी चेंजेस दैट रिक्वेस्ट एंड देन सेंड टू द user B. means transfer the $100 to C and C ने उसको रूट चेंज करके उसको क्या कर दिया, ट्रांसफर ऑफ $1,000 to C. So this type of loss of message integrity is called the modification, or you can say modification causes loss of message integrity. Is it clear? So integrity means the original message that can be travel without any alteration or you can say they ensure that any changes to a message are detected, right? So, loss of message integrity, that is called modification attack. Is it clear? So, next is non-repudiation. Non-repudiation means where a user sends a message and later on refuse that she had sent that message. Non-repudiation means where a user sends a message and later on refuse that she had sent that message. So, from this figure it is very clear, means A and B, they can communicate each other, and A could send a fund transfer request to bank B over the internet. After the bank performs the funds transfer as per A's instructions, but A could claim that he or she never sent the fund transfer instruction to the bank, right? That is called non-repudiation, means कि A ने पहले एक रिक्वेस्ट भेजी, A sent the fund transfer request to bank B. After the bank performs the fund transfer as per A's request or A's instruction, but later A could claim that he or she never sent the fund transfer instruction to the bank. Means A repudiates or deny, right? मीन्स ए इस चीज़ से उसने डिनाई कर दिया कि उसने ये रिक्वेस्ट सेंड की ही नहीं बैंक को. सो द प्रिंसिपल ऑफ नॉन रेपुटेशन डिफीट्स सच पॉसिबिलिटीज ऑफ डिनाइंग समथिंग आफ्टर हैविंग डन इट. सो नॉन रेपुटेशन does not allow the sender of a message to refute the claim of not sending that message. So, these type of attacks से सेफ होने बचने के लिए हम लोग क्या करते हैं, डिजिटल सिग्नेचर यूज करते हैं. इज इट क्लियर? सो डिजिटल सिग्नेचर इज द बेस्ट एग्जांपल फॉर द अगेंस्ट ऑफ द नॉन रेपुडिएशन. मीन्स non-repudiation means where a user sends a message and later on refuse that she had sent that message. Next is availability. Availability means resources, applications must be available to authenticate users all the time. So, attackers can deny the availability. Denial of services is an example of an attack on availability. So, availability means that is related to resources or the applications that must be available to authentic users all the time, so that the attackers can deny the availability. So, the best example of this availability is denial of services. So, what will happen? Basic the principle of availability stays means that resources that should be available to authorized parties at all the times, right? For example, due to the intentional actions of another unauthorized user C, an authorized user A may not be able to contact a server computer B. So, interruption puts the availability of resources in danger. So, lack of availability, that is called interruption that puts the availability of resources in danger. Means what will happen in the diagram? Means due to the unintentional actions of another unauthorized user C, an authorized user A may not be able to contact the user or the computer B. right? So, this type of attack is called interruption. Is it clear? So, there is some attacks, general view of attacks means the criminal attacks, publicity attacks, legal attacks. These are the general view of the attacks, means the types of attacks as understood by a common person. One is criminal attacks, second is publicity attack, and third one is legal attack. So, criminal attacks, the sole aim of the attackers is to maximize financial gain by attacking computer system. Is it clear? Criminal attacks, जैसे the example is कि जो robbery, bank robbery है, need not to means अगर person attacker that can attack on the bank from his own place, means वो घर से बैठ के भी वो बैंक के किसी सर्वर के ऊपर अटैक कर सकता है. इज इट क्लियर? वो बैंक अपने घर से बैठ के भी वो बैंक रॉबरी कर सकता है. द सोल एम ऑफ द अटैकर इज टू मैक्सिमाइज फाइनेंशियल गेन by attacking computer system. So, next is the publicity attacks. Publicity attacks that can only use for the fame attack, by gaining the fame, right. So, publicity attacks, the attackers want to see their names appears on television, news channels and newspapers. These types of attacks, attacker only wants fame, means he want to see their names appears on television, news channels and newspapers. So, history suggests that these types of attackers are usually not hardcore. They are people such as students in universities or employees in a large organization who seek publicity by adopting a novel approach of attacking computer system, right. Publicity attacks that occurs because the attackers who want to see their names appears on television, news channels and newspapers. So, these types of people are maybe the students in the universities or maybe the employees in a large organizations who seek publicity by adopting a novel approach of attacking computer system, right. So, next is the legal attacks. Legal attack, this form of attack quite novel and unique. Attackers try to make the judge or the jury doubtful about the security of a computer system. Means legal attacks, attacker, the person who try to make the judge or the jury doubtful about the security of a computer system. So, the best example of this is an attacker may sue a bank for performing an online transaction which he or she never wanted to problem, but in court the attacker could innocently say something like, the bank's website asked me to enter a password and that is all that I provided. I don't know what happened thereafter. Means then a judge is sympathize this attacker. Means they make doubtful situation, they make doubtful that this attack is performed innocently. So, this form of attacks means attacker try to make the judge or the jury doubtful about the security of a computer system. So, the types of attacks, there are two types of attacks, one is passive attack and second one is active attacks. So, passive attacks, they do not involve any modification